Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most incredible stories from the Bible, the fall of Jericho. It's a story that feels straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but its lessons on faith, obedience, and God's unbelievable power are timeless. So picture this. The Israelites have just spent 40 years wandering in the desert. They're finally at the doorstep of the Promised Land, but there's a massive obstacle in their way. The city of Jericho. This wasn't just any city. It was a fortress with walls so thick and high, it was considered completely unconquerable by military standards. For the Israelites, it was their first and biggest test. Before the big event, their leader Joshua sends 2 spies to scout the city. This is where we meet a key character, someone you wouldn't expect, a prostitute named Rahab. Now Rahab had heard about the God of Israel and the miracles he had performed. She had faith. So, when the king's men came looking for the spies, she hid them on her roof. In return for her bravery, the spies promised to save her and her entire family when the city was attacked. The signal? Scarlet cord hanging from her window? This simple act of faith from an outsider sets the stage for God's incredible plan. Now, God gives Joshua the battle plan, and honestly, it sounds completely bizarre. He tells them not to use siege weapons or battering rams. Instead, the army led by priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant must march around the city once a day for 6 days, in complete silence. Can you imagine the scene? A massive army just silently walking around your city walls. Inside Jericho, the people must have been terrified and confused. This was psychological warfare orchestrated by God himself. Then came the 7th day. The instructions changed. On this day, they were to march around the city not once, but 7 times. After the 7th lap, the priests would blow their trumpets, and all the people were to let out a massive shout. Think about the discipline and obedience this required from the Israelites. For 6 days, they followed a strange, silent routine. They trusted God's plan, even when it made no logical sense from a military perspective. And then, it happened. On the 7th day, after the final march, the trumpets blared, and a thunderous shout erupted from the entire nation of Israel. At that exact moment, the seemingly indestructible walls of Jericho didn't just get a crack or a hole, they collapsed. The Bible says they fell flat, completely leveled. It was a miracle, a clear demonstration that this victory wasn't won by human strength, but by the power of God. In the midst of the chaos, the spies remembered their promise. They went directly to Rahab's house, identified by the scarlet cord, and brought her and her family to safety. God's faithfulness was on full display. He not only kept his promise to Israel, but also to a woman who had put her faith in him. The story of Rahab doesn't end there. In an amazing twist of grace, this Gentile woman, once an outcast, is welcomed into the community of Israel. She marries an Israelite and becomes an ancestor of King David and eventually of Jesus Christ himself. This shows that God's plan of redemption is for everyone, regardless of their past or where they come from. No one is beyond his reach. So, what can we take away from this epic story? The fall of Jericho teaches us that God's ways are higher than our ways. His plans might seem illogical or impossible to us, but our obedience and faith can unlock miracles. It reminds us that our biggest battles are often spiritual, and victory comes not from our own strength, but from trusting and following God completely. It's a powerful lesson that no wall is too high and no person is too far gone for God's power and grace. Thanks so much for watching today. If this story inspired you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video.